I know a lot of y'all waiting on me to make a statement. I just got a call from the district attorney's office, man. They asking me to come in, sit down, and give them a detailed statement of everything that happened. I hung up the phone and called my people. I told them I'm not going down there making no statements and shit like that. My family say if you don't go down there and make some statements to make sure your children safe, they ain't fucking with me no more. But if I go down there and make a statement, I'm a rat. The reason they need me to make a statement is because they had to look into the paperwork as far as custody concerns to see if she categorized for kidnapping. And due to the fact that she lost custody and I have full custody, it's kidnapping. Oh, fool, I don't know what to do for real, bro. They both went for assault. It's attempted kidnapping of a child. It'll be burglary. I think they said burglary of a motor vehicle, but I know it's burglary because she opened my door, and that's what they said. I know trespassing, but they trying to get all the cases they want, and they need me to make a detailed description of everything that happened in order to put the video footage and line it up with the case they want to come at them people with. And I'm lost, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, just truth be told, the only reasons they even got their footage is because they was lying, saying I punched her in the stomach and all that type of shit. So I had to show them the footage to show I never put my hands on her. And that's what got her and him booked. Police say he's an Uber driver. They don't understand the deepness and details of their relationship. I don't really give a fuck. I just don't know what to do. Do I go down here and give these people a statement? Or do I sit here and just, have some family members cut me off because I didn't want to go down here and what they quote unquote say do what's best for my child or my children? I'm just at loss, man. Shit a lot, bro. I can't do no rat shit, though. I don't understand why they need me and they got the video footage anyway, but I'm just lost right now, bro.
All right, what's happening? This situation is about Cartel Bo. His baby mama tried to kidnap his kid. It was on video, right? He wound up fighting the guy that was helping her and fighting her to get the kid back. And she basically told the police that he put his hands on her, right? And they saw the footage and they saw what happened. So at this point, it's a situation where if he doesn't make a statement, if he makes a statement, he's concerned they could give her 25 to 75 years, her and the guy. And he doesn't want to put them behind bars like that long. And it's a situation where it's like, listen, you're gonna have to choose the street code or your family. And here's the issue. Because people in Houston have heard about that story with Trey the Truth. He's another rapper, more famous rapper. And his baby mama basically kidnapped his kid and he had to track her down. So he should know how this goes, how this could go. And it could possibly go worse. You get what I mean? So you got to protect your children. Because let's just say you don't make a statement and she actually kidnaps the kid and something happens to the kid or you have to track her down, they might take the kid, that kid and the other kids from you because they'll feel like, because they'll make an example out of you because they don't like you no way, that you're not a fit parent for your kids because you too worried about the street code. Now the other thing is the streets not gonna take care of your kids, man. Streets don't care about people's kids. It's not gonna be like, oh man, he held us down and now we gotta take care of the babies. Never. Never. Now I'm gonna say this: the baby mama is gonna get a slap on the wrist because that's how they treat mothers in court. I was just trying to protect my child, and I just was scared, and I was passionate, and I love my child. And slap on the wrist. The guy that helped her, boy, you gonna get time. You gonna get time. Yeah, you gonna get time. Uh, Whether if you a complete stranger that suckered you into this, you just got a simp heart, or you messing with her, whatever this is, you gonna get more time than she will. And you can just go, she lied, man. She told me this, she that. Doesn't matter. You're basically a kidnapper. That's just how it's gonna go. That's just how it's gonna go. Now, the other part of this, how did they track you down? You gotta ask yourself, how did they track you down so quickly? How, they know what you're doing so well. You know what I mean? You might have a damn tracker on your car, or she might have some app tracking your phone, which is in Texas is actually illegal, which might be part of the time that they talking about too. I don't know. They ain't, like I said, ain't my business. I'm just making a commentary about it. But you might need to take that into consideration because you're too easy to be found. You're far, far, far too easy to be found. And as far as timing goes. Now the street part of it, yeah, you would want to make a statement because you want to pop them, but then it's gonna get traced back to you because of the time period, because of the situation, and you're gonna lose your kids anyways. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those situations you gotta let it go because if both of them, if anything happened to both of them, not even simultaneously, just in succession, like just back to back, or they go, you suspect number one. You know, so you gotta leave them alone, not for their sake, but for your kids. Then you know, and this is where some people are upset. Going back to the street part, right? Kids off limits, and don't be concerned about being a rat. Don't be concerned more about the gangster code than the father code. Father code comes before gangster stuff, and that's a telling thing. And I get into that because let's just say you did it your way, and something happened to those kids, right? To that kid, and you lost the other kids because that's possible. That's when you get on camera and go, man, the streets is messed up, man. The streets is trash, man. The streets don't look out for nobody. And it's like, yeah, people warned you about that, but you was more concerned about the streets. And that's part of this topic where some of y'all care more about the streets than you care about your own actual family. That's not how that go. That is not how that goes. Now, as far now, I got to get into the baby mama stuff. Um, she a scumbag, but she a scumbag because not because she lost custody. It's rare. When a woman loses custody, she's considered a scumbag in that pile. That's not it. The family court enabled mothers so much that she knows as a mother that what's the worst they're gonna do to me for trying to get my kid? Supervised visitation. That's pretty much the worst they're gonna do to her. That's it. You know, as much as people go, the law my ass. The law don't the law is biased when it comes to race, class, and gender. So we all know the reason why mothers do stuff like this is because there's no real consequence for doing stuff like this. You know, she could. I can tell you how bad this is. Technically, she could go to jail for this for a couple of years, get out, he get in some type of altercation and she get custody back. Or she just fights and fights and fights and says, I'm a changed person, and she could get custody back. That is not outside the framework of what has happened in family court with mothers. So this is why I'm saying this. Moms get a chance to do this stuff because uh, um, they're never held accountable. They're never held accountable and responsible for their actions. And y'all blame the fatherlessness, quote unquote, of kids' attitudes and out of pocket. But truth be told, what the issue really is that you enable this behavior, and this behavior that you enable, the mothers teach the kids, and then the kids go out into society with the same behavior you taught them was okay because you don't have consequences for mothers. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I gotta keep it short. Catch y'all on the next one. Tell me what you think. Peace.